Good morning, everyone. It is Friday, Facebook Live, and I'm just checking that I have everything all sorted. Yeah, I think I'm good. I think I'm good. It's Friday morning and it's Facebook Live time, and I wanted to share with you a couple of stamp sets. Yesterday I worked out what I wanted to do this morning, and because I had a bit of a play this week, and then I went, I need to work out a class for next week, and thought, well, why don't I try and do it live today with you all and see how we go. So I'm going to share two different stamp sets today, both from the July to December mini catalogue. It is Sharon Wilson, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Australia, Stampin' with Sharon. I forgot to actually say who I was, but you know, I think most of you know who I am more often than not. So if you're around, if you're watching, say hello, let me know you're watching. I'm just trying to make sure I can see my comments and everything, make sure nothing goes wrong. Hopefully my camera doesn't play up today and it's actually okay and doesn't go half green screen. It wasn't actually half green screen, it was just half a green section last week. It was very weird. Anyway, welcome to Friday Facebook Live, and thank you for joining me. It is the middle of celebration. We are almost, well, we're a third of the way through already, which is a bit scary. A third of the way through celebration, and so celebration, for those that don't know, it's a gift with purchase for qualifying sales, qualifying purchases. So for every $90 you spend, you can choose an item from the Celebration Mini Catalogue. And if you spend $180, there are some items that are a double spend, so an $180 spend, and you can get a couple of things. So there's stamps and designer series paper and dies and everything. Stamps, dies and paper that you can choose from, and it could be $90 or $180 if you're in Australia. So I will flick my camera down to the table and let's see how we go. I think I've got my little keypad working again. My husband fixed it for me. So there I am. I'll go picture in picture. So here I am. Hi. So we have the catalogues, the July to December mini catalogue, the celebration catalogue. The celebration catalogue goes till the end of August, and during celebration you can get some great things. You could host a party, and if you get a certain number of sales in your party, you can earn a stamp set as a bonus on top of our normal great hostess rewards. And I'll see if I can find them. So if you host and you get I think it's $500 in sales at your party, you get that stamp set for free, which is the perfect pomegranate. It's a beautiful set. Plus you get your normal hostess benefits of money to spend on the current catalogues. The other way to earn things is obviously to shop and just put an order in, and for that you can, if you do $90, there's the hippest hippos, the hippo dies. This gorgeous Rings of Love designer series paper. This is gorgeous. This is stunning. You really need to get your hands on that one. There's the pool parties and soft sea foam envelopes and cards have sold out already. So if you're hoping to have gotten that, I'm sorry, you've missed out, and that's why it's important to get in early and get in quick to get your free products. The stylish sketches, silver and gold designer series paper, that's 6x6. So then we've got the $180 spend, which is the amazing phrases. The tree lot dies, and this coordinates with the Trees for Sale stamp set in the July to December mini catalogue. So you can, if you purchase the Trees for Sale stamp set and spend another $60 or $50, $51, you get oh sorry, no, it's $180 spend. So you need to spend $180 to get that one. But yeah, include the Trees for Sale stamp set and another $100 and something, and you can get the tree lot dies for free. And the Wonderful World stamp set and DSP, Designer Series paper. So you get both of them for $180 spend. So they're all the products. The other thing you could do is you could join my team. And joining my team, you get fabulous rewards. So you get discount on your products when you place orders. So you don't need to make this your business or anything like that. You could just do it for join for the discount. And there's nothing wrong with joining for a discount. So you get $235 worth of product for $169, plus you get the Making Plans collection, which includes a planner and stamp set and some gorgeous adhesive stickers and yeah, lots of things. So it's a great binder. I do have that here. Can't remember if I showed you last week. Oops. There goes everything. So this is the binder, and there's the pages as well, which are quite glary. And so there's some beautiful stickers, adhesive sheets, and you can actually, like, if you're a direct seller and you have customers as well, so if you work for Intima or any other direct seller, you could still use this planner for your business. There are a few things that are more related to Stampin' Up, but you can, there's team meetings, orders, events, class, recruiting, and then generic things, so appointments, night out. So there's a number of things you can use this for. You don't have to use it. You don't have to be a Stampin' Up demonstrator to use this. So you could join Stampin' Up and get it joined for the discount, and then if you've got another side hustle, you could just use that. Use this for that side hustle, that business. So yeah, it's great, not just for demonstrators, but for any direct seller. Yeah. So the other thing you get is you get 3 notebooks. So different notebooks. You've got the dots, you got the lines, and then you've got an empty one, a blank notebook, and they're all quite stunning as well. I love this one. I just love the imagery of that one. But you have the months that you can put in, all the different months, and then you've got all the pages. So you can actually create your own. You've got a monthly focus that you can work on, a shopping list, goals. You've got the month to date for August through to July, I think. I think it's July through to... that's November. Hang on, where else? Yep, January, October next year, December. So through to December 2023. So it's 18 months. So you want to grab that. And you earn that for free when you join Stampin' Up. And join under me, because then you get to be part of my team. And I'd love to welcome you to my team. But that's the planner, and you do get a stamp set as well to go with the planner. And that's the Making Plans stamp set, just here. So let me just put this away, and hope it doesn't fall anywhere, because it will fall. I'm just going to put it on the ground beside me. I haven't set my planner up yet. I probably should set it up, but I haven't yet. But that's yeah, that's the Making Plans collection. So it's fabulous. If you're not a planner person, why not join Stampin' Up, get the discount, and then give it to a friend, or give it to a child, or yeah, give it to someone, and you might, yeah, they'll enjoy it. Yeah. So what I want to show you today is I'm going to do a couple of quick, easy cards. but I'm looking at, these aren't going to be quick. So this is what I'm sort of, I want to work with the Kindest Gnomes bundle. Well, mainly the stamp set, not the dies, but the stamp set. So I'm just going to flick to that page, which is 43. So this is the Storybook Gnomes suite, and so you can get the stamp set. There's embellishments, there's ribbon, there's the paper, and the paper's gorgeous. So I want to have a bit of a play with this one today. So I'll work on this one first. If we get time, we might work on a different one as well. I have said I was going to do two, so I probably should stick with that, shouldn't I? Maybe I should do the other one first, because I know what I want to do with that one. And if I find it, where is the other one? There's a moose in there as well. I'm just going to go to the index and find it, because that'll be quicker. It's 41. It's just the page before. Oh dear. So this is the one, the Peace to You stamp set. So this one here, I'm going to have a quick play and show you just a couple of cards that are really quite stunning. It's very, very simple, and they look quite elegant. So let's do that one first, and then we'll go back to the gnomes. Yep? Okay. So this is the Peace to You stamp set. Just trying to work out where I put my catalogue. There we go. But I'm going to pull out my what was it? Stamparatus. That's what it's called. Stamparatus. For this one. Don't need those plates. I'll just do this one. And I'm going to use this, the Mary and Joseph one, and just do a really simple, elegant card, and then I'll show you the other ones that I've done. I'm going to use Starry Sky ink because that's what I used the other day, and I think it's stunning, absolutely stunning. So let me just work out what size I'm needing. Yep, that one. So I'm going to put there. I just want to make sure I'm lining it up straight, because if I don't line it up straight, it doesn't look as good, surprisingly, as I was told the other day. So let's get that onto my Stamparatus and pull out my magnets. It's going to stay there. Hang on. You stay there. Get you back down. Yep, not quite far enough away. How about there? That's better. Alright. I don't think I need a second one. I think that's okay. So oh dear. So I'm just going to ink up the stamp. I'm going to try and do it really well, because we don't want any gaps. But the beauty of the Stamparatus is that when you stamp, if you misstamp, you can restamp. And I think I did misstamp this one a bit. So let's try that again. So it should have stayed in the exact same spot. If it didn't, that's really bad. Ah, that's better. Look at that. So pretty. And it's mostly straight. It's mostly straight. So I'll pull that one off. And then I want to just grab a piece of Starry Sky cardstock. Move that one out of the way. And just bring in my Starry Sky. I didn't bring over my bone folder. That's okay. And then I'm just going to grab my seal. Glue's not at the right spot. Oh, there we go. I'm not lifting it up properly. And then stick it straight down. And I'm just going to pull out some embellishments. Just the basic rhinestones. So just the rhinestone basic jewels. These are quite inexpensive. I would tell you if I had my catalogue with me. And so I'm just going to pull one of the rhinestones and pop that just in the middle of the star. Just like that. And so it's just a really simple, elegant card, I think. And yeah, it's just pretty. I think it's great. And did I move them away? I had some more cardstock I was going to use, and I can just do the insert, but I think I'll put it away somewhere. Oh, it fell on the ground. That's what it did. Hang on a minute. That's when everything fell earlier. And just pull my trimmer over. And just chop down to 10 by 14.3. I'll just do a second one at the same time. Nope, missed the bin. I might just do another couple inserts as well. So then I have 4 ready to go. So I've got the 4, I'll move that one aside. And so the insert, if I grab that stamp set back again, there's a couple of, sorry, my paper is moved. There's a couple of sentiments that we can use. So you can put a sentiment on the front, but I think I don't think the card actually needs it. I think that in itself is quite pretty and quite elegant. So I've seen many people, they've actually coloured in Mary and Joseph as well, so you could do that. But I just wanted to show you a really simple, elegant card. And then I'm just going on the inside. I think I might just go, may God's hope and love shine on you this season. I'm making a mess. My Craftermath. That's what it will be, a Craftermath. So, and then just try and line this up straight. And hopefully not get my head in the way. There you go. Just a really simple card. Just like that. So the next thing I want to do is just show you another version. And just make sure I've got the same size again. Bring my Stamparitis back in. And so I've already got a bit of blue on there. What I want to try and do is grab a bit more blue. But I'm actually just going to use my sponge and try and... I think a dauber would probably be a bit better. But I grabbed a sponge And then I'm also going to grab my Blackberry Bliss ink and just try and use a bit of different side. And I'm just going to hope that I've actually inked it up enough, because this one's probably not one you can go back and restamp easily. So I just want to make sure I've got plenty of courage. I think this one would be really good for a baby wipe technique, but I don't have baby wipes. That's the one thing I don't have. Hang on, let me just huff on it just to make sure I've got ink. So the only way really to do this, to re-stamp it if I need to, is just to re-stamp and just hope that there's enough ink on the stamp already. So I'm just going to let it sit for a sec. I think that's okay actually. I don't mind that. It's a bit different. Oh, I've got a bit of ink on that. Shame. I might trim that down. Now that I've done that, I'm going to trim it down a bit. Just to try and get rid of the ink splodge and make it not be as noticeable. And I might do a frame around this one too. It's because I've got ink on my fingers. There you go. I don't think that's quite as noticeable. So then I have, what is it, 6 by 9.5. So if I go 6.5 by 10, and I might grab, I'll grab a piece of Starry Sky. So if I go 6.5 by 10, I should be able to mount that one. Just like that. And then grab a piece of Blackberry Bliss to bring in the colours. And again, just do simple card. But what I might do, I think I might emboss it. Don't know whether I should stick that down. I probably shouldn't stick that down yet. I think I'm going to emboss it. I think I could get away with gold for this one. I usually would go silver, but I think I could do gold. So let's do gold. I'm just going to do a bit of the embossing buddy down the bottom. My Versamark ink. Just pull it off. And I've got the Peace to You at Christmas. And just emboss. I'm going to heat emboss this one. So use my handy dandy tool. If I do this right, although I've got my little tool, I should be able to not make too much of a mess. There we go. Oh, I can see a bit of a smudge here. Probably where I wobbled. So if I get rid of that powder. And I have my heat gun. So what I might do is I might just mute myself. I saw someone else do that this week, which was probably really wise because it means that you don't get, you don't go very loud. So I might just mute myself while I do this. So bear with me. Just mute. There you go. Oop. So we've got the Peace to You at Christmas. Now we do have all these little white stuff left over from the Stampin' Buddy. So once this is cool, and I just wipe it on my pants. Literally just wipe it on my jeans and it comes off. So that's what I've done. And then I'll stick this one on. There we go. And then get my rhinestones again. Where they went? There they are. And grab a, hang on. Grab a rhinestone. Put that up there. And so then you've got a second card. So they're my two cards. That's using the Peace to You at Christmas. And that's, yeah, they're quite cute, quite beautiful cards. Very elegant, very simple. You could make a whole heap of Christmas cards. For Christmas, you could get started now and make, yeah, as many Christmas cards as you need to. And it's very simple, minimal products. The heat embossing is fairly simple. You can just, I would tend to line them all up, stamp them all, emboss, heat, do the powder, and then quickly get through and heat them all up. Sometimes if you leave them too long, it dries too much, and then it actually blows off, and yeah, so you want to be quick. But yeah, this stamp set is great. It's lovely, and yeah, as you can see, you can use it in different colors. It sort of makes the night sky look quite cool as well. The other card I made, which is over here, using the same stamp set, I did something similar, but actually did the street scene as well. So that's quite nice. So yeah, you could do that too, and that's quite pretty and quite elegant. And again, just some heat embossing down the bottom, and I did that in the silver, but I like the gold on the early espresso. That's quite nice. So yeah, anyway, so that's that one. I'll just leave the cards out ready to show at the end. But the other one I wanted to show you, which where's the gnomes? Where are my gnomes? My gnomes have gone. I'm in a bit of a mess. Let me just go back to me, shall I? Hang on. There we go. I'm just going to go back to me while I seriously sort out myself. And I might just put that one up so you can see where you can pack your stuff from. So the gnomes, I'm working on the gnomes. I'm going to work on the gnomes once I find the stamp set. I put it down somewhere. Oh well. They do it. I've just found them. It's okay. Don't stress. Just found them. There we go. There's my gnomes. I'll put that one away, leave that one out, leave them out. I've got my stamp cleaners, so I might just do a bit of quick stamp cleaning while I'm here. So the celebration is on. Don't forget celebration is on, and you can get a gift with purchase. It's a great time of year to go shopping. So yeah, grab out your wish list, and if your wish list is longer than $169, maybe consider joining Stampin' Up, because it is a fabulous deal that you could get. You can get a discount when you go shopping. So I always think it's a great idea. If you get a discount, 20% off craft supplies. Who wouldn't want 20% off craft supplies? We're always bargain hunters. Why would you not? So I'm going to show you how to mount a couple of stamps, because I haven't actually mounted these ones yet. This is the first time I'm playing with the gnomes. So I'm going to switch back to my screen, my overhead. There we go. I'll just move them up a bit so you can see. So what I tend to do is I always pull all my stamps out. I take the backing paper off the outline and I actually stick it back in again, because that way when I'm looking at my stamps I can just turn it over and see what's missing, and so I can see if anything's missing, especially when I do my retreat. I have a craft retreat coming up in November if you're interested. If you're based in New South Wales, it's probably you could probably come. I'm based in Sydney, so if you're it's the retreat's an hour and a half south of Sydney. So if you'd like to come, let me know. I can send you the details. So I'm just going to stick these back in. I might use a Stamparatus again because I didn't bring anything else over, many stamp blocks over today, because I wasn't planning on doing this one. Let me see, where is he? There he is. This is not the normal way I would do my stamps. So hang on, that's not the right one either. It's more helpful if you if you do the right stamp. There we go. Here we go. There's him. So what I would normally do is I'd pull out my block. I'd pull the label off the sheet. I'd pull the backing paper off that. That's him. And then I stick it down as if I'm stamping, and then because you can see it's a bit easier to load the stamp onto the label. Let's just do a couple. There we go. So some of the sentiments in this one, it's your kindness does not go unnoticed. Warm wishes, you know me well, or you know me so well. That's pretty cute. There she is. There's our female gnome. Maybe we should do some Smurfs. So I thought I would, I've taken some inspiration from a few ideas online, but we'll see how I travel with it. Sometimes it's hard to come up with ideas when you're on the fly, so please bear with me. But I know that going live on a Friday, that has helped my inspiration and helped my creativity, because I just go, oh well, let's just try this and see how we go. And so it has generally worked quite well. I don't think there's been many times where I haven't liked what I have made. At least most of the cards I generally like. Oh, there's also the Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. So this is in the July to December mini catalogue, and so July to December it's predominantly Christmas based stamps, but then there's a few different ones as well. So there's a few unusual ones that you can use for different things. So this is definitely you can definitely have a Christmas theme with these, but where am I going? What is it? Warm Wishes, that one. Just make sure it's the right way up, because you don't want to have upside down warm wishes. And your kindness goes a long way. No, your kindness does not go unnoticed. Where are we at? 10:39. Sorry if my head's getting in the way. Alright, there we go. Let's bring the Stamparatus back in. And I'm going to grab, that's the insert. What do I want? Let's go with some Very Vanilla. Oh, struggling there a bit. Let's go that way, I think. Do I want to go that way? Yeah, let's go that way first. And what do I want? Maybe I could do all three at the same time. Let's just try that. See how that goes. Grab another plate. So I'm just going to stamp these all in black, and then I'm going to colour them in with some pencils, some of the watercolour pencils. Oh, aren't they cute? Aren't they so cute? Oh, that's adorable. Let's try them. Let's put these guys away for the moment. I'll move him aside. And I do have a bit of just white scrap paper. I'm just going to put underneath. You don't need that. You don't need that in the view. You don't need them in the view. Let me just get rid of some rubbish. And then I can bring in my watercolour pencils. So the watercolour pencils are in the annual catalogue. Oh, there you go. Gorgeous grape. So there's lots of different colours. There's 2 packets of them, I believe. And so I'm going to use the paper. So I probably want to pull out some of the paper to show you, so then I can work out what colours I want to use. So we have some mushrooms. So these are the papers that go with it. Got some mushrooms. You got some snowflakes. some more mushrooms and toadstools and their houses. So it's quite pretty. And these, oh, this is gorgeous. You've got the moose and the deer, the rabbit and the fox and the little bird. They're cute. And then the Christmas trees. You know, they almost look like little stories, don't they? This is the first time I'm really having a good look at these. Isn't that terrible? We could do some snowflakes, some more gnomes. So you can actually cut these out. I believe the dies will actually cut out the gnomes as well. So you could definitely cut them out and then use them on your cards. And then there's just some blue. So I might try and use that one. Oh, that's, yeah. They are very white based, so maybe I should have stamped on white. But I've already stamped it now. What else could I use? No, they're very white based. So I could, oh, maybe I do them. Let's do them. Even with the vanilla, that's okay. Let's use these mushrooms. Yeah, let me work that out in my head. Let's try and do a bit of, I might do Calypso Coral. So let's do some Calypso Coral for her hair. I'm not a really awesome watercolorer, but I get the job done. Just make sure you can see it. And yeah, let's give him a ginger beard. And then you get out your blending brush and hope that it's not dry, I haven't used them for so long. Make sure they're clean, which they should have been, but obviously they're not clean. There we go. And then you can just grab your blending brush and just blend. Blend the colour. So you're sort of smoothing out the colour a bit. Oops. I might need to just quickly turn off what's in the oven. I'm making banana cake. Just give me a second. Sorry about that. I decided to make some banana cake because we're going away tomorrow. And thought it would be nice to have some banana cake. So I don't really want the red on the tie. I didn't realise it was the tie. So let's try and do a bit of a blue tie. See if I can get that on there instead. Alright. And I think her tie can match her shoes. Her hair elastic can match her shoes. Because she's got to be colour coordinated. What colour shoes? He can have some green shoes. Let me bring out that paper again. So we just want to try and make them coordinate a bit. Go with the green. Probably not the green. There you go, that one. What colour is that one? That's Bermuda Bay. And Coastal Cabana, which looks a bit darker. Let's go Coastal Cabana hat. They can both have a Coastal Cabana hat. Now if you want to add in an extra colour, you can, but just bear in mind this, because it's actually a blending brush, the more you add on, the paper does start to roughen up. So I'm not sure if you can see it on the ties. I've done probably a bit too much on there, and so yeah, it's just starting to rough up the paper around there. So you don't want to do too much, but just need a bit more colour, I think. I chose to do watercolour pencils because next week I'm going to be having kids in my card class, and I just wanted to have something simple and that they can do and they'll have fun with. And I think yeah, doing the gnomes I think will be a bit of fun for them. So we'll do the same shoes. They're almost the same colour, but they're not. And let's do his pockets and his cuffs. There we go. And what colour should she be wearing? I might do a bit of pink. I'll do pink apron. And that's her apron. And then a light pink dress. Oh, probably a bit too light. Which one was that one? There you go, there's she. And oh, I don't know what to do for him. What colour he should do. Crushed curry. Let's go with some crushed curry. There you go. So I don't know whether that's going to go now. Maybe I won't. I don't know. What other colours have I got? Maybe I do Christmas trees. Let's just try Christmas trees instead, hey? Oh, well. So, I think I'm just going to do a strip of paper down the side. See, I'm not so good with colouring. Maybe I just do it really, really simple and do that. I think I'm just going to do that. I'm just going to do a really simple card. Another simple card. Single layer. Let's go that. Let's go with a single layer. Okay. Let's try and do another one with the paper this time. So, let's bring in, let's just turn here over a second. Ooh. Okay. So let's leave him there. Let's fold my Starry Sky. This will be the last one to today. I think I'm going to trim it there. So grab my paper trimmer. Let's go 5 centimeters. And that one. And get my white out this time. I'm just going to trim this at 7 centimeters, and then let's go 10. Then I can just do that, I think. A simple card again. So I'll stick this one down. And I did my stamp rice last time, so I'm just going to try and use a block this time. And I might do this little guy here. I also do a mushroom. Nah, won't do a mushroom today. I'll do that one. That one. And your kindness does not go unnoticed. So I think I want to stamp him in my Starry Sky. And see if I can blend him a bit. I grab my pencils again and my scrap paper. Sometimes with ink you can actually blend slightly, which is what I've done here. So I don't know if you can see that, but the other way to do it is you can actually grab some ink from here . This is probably a bit better with a bit of watercolor paper. But make his beard a bit. There you go. So you got his ink. He's just sort of blending a bit of the ink. Because this is also a bit wet, you can actually blend. That's why you can actually blend some of the ink, because it's a water-based blender. And so then we might try, we've got the brown, so I might actually bring in, no, that's Cajun Craze. I don't want Cajun Craze. Early Espresso. Oh. What's that one? Oh. Okay. Let's go some Early Espresso. And let's give him some brown shoes as well. And then, if I find my yellow, Daffodil Delight, we can make his lantern yellow. There you go. He looks a bit too high. Let's just trim off the sentiment, and I might restamp it. I might restamp in black. I don't think he actually does need to be as long as what he is, or as wide. I think he's cute. So let's just turn that into black. He's pretty cute. Yep, upside down. Oh, now he won't fit. That won't fit now because I cut him. Let's go Warm Wishes. That was a rookie error. That's what that was. Let's try that again. Let's go Warm Wishes. That's a bit better. And let's just grab just a bit of grey . For him to stand on something. There you go. That's better. Oh, he's cute now. I like him. So I might just pop him up on dimensionals, I think, if I can find them easily. There they are. These are only small ones. Warm wishes with frosty snow. Oh dear. So there's my gnome card. Oops, I just did something. Hopefully I'm still going. Yes, I'm still going. That's okay. Oh, that's what I did. I pressed the button. Shouldn't have pressed the button. Alright, so there's my 2 gnome cards. See, I'm happier with this guy than I am with this one, but that's okay. They're cute cards, and I think I might do them as my classes next week, which would be quite cute. I think they might enjoy making them. I did bring my blends over, but I decided just to use pencils today. And where are my other 2 cards? Here's my other 2 cards. So, yeah, they're all my cards today. So I hope you enjoyed watching the class. I hope you enjoyed watching me make these cards. And yeah, don't forget, celebration is on right now, and you get a gift with purchase when you spend $90 or more on products from the annual catalogue or the January to June mini July to December mini catalogue. You can grab a great bargain with celebration, and if you want to join, it's a great time to join as well. Join Stampin' Up and come and join my team. 4 very different cards, well, 2 very different stamp sets that I've shown you today. So Kindest Gnomes and Peace on Earth. So lovely stamp sets. So grab them now. Maybe get started on your Christmas cards. You may think, oh, I want to get started right now. So yeah. Thanks for joining me. I hope you'll watch again next time. I won't be here next week. I'm unavailable next week, so it'll be the week after. So it'll be the 5th of August. But yeah, I'm just away next week, so I hope you'll forgive me, and I'll get back to normal routine eventually. I'm glad I could show you today show you these products today, and I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.